Hello. Since IS-4 is going to be released fairly soon, I decided to get some IS-3 practice in. What I'll do, I'll try to do either Scuddy or the night fight on Surging 15 and see how far we can go. It will probably take a bunch of attempts and I'm too lazy to run 5-6 attempts per day, so I'll do it like this. I'll do 1 or 2 attempts per day and then I'll upload that with commentary like this, going over what kind of mistakes I made, so I can get some good practice in. I normally start with random, but I know there's another way to start with 4 stars that is very consistent. We can get the reserve Vanguard and then pick both Mei and Jaya right at the start. This gives us 2 good operators that we must have on later stages and a 10 DP body, which has enough defense to not die on the first floor. The advantage over random is that we get operators we actually want to use later. But of course we're stuck with the reserved operator. You can luck out and get a better start with random, but most of the time you get something worse. Also, it's worth mentioning that Mei plus Jaya and the reserve op can do every single stage on the first floor on their own, so there's zero risk of failure. Whereas with random we can get certain combinations that just force reset on the first fight. For example, if we get 2 supporters and a defender and it's symbiosis, we can just reset on that. It's not doable. I'm not sure if 25 enemies meant there's a duck or bear. This stage has too many variations, I don't remember them all. There's a version where there's 22 and there's 29. Yeah, there's no duck or bear on 25. So maybe there is on 26, 22 and 29 or 30. Ideally, I don't want to get a medic early on. Jaya provides enough healing, and medics are kind of dead weight. Do I wanna burn a key or roll the gacha? Oh, we have the dice power, so might as well roll. Key has better uses. Unfortunately, we just got 2 ingots, but no problem, we save the key. Yeah, let's go with Pudenku. She has a lot of uses on some of the early stages. And we got the knight. Technically it's possible to not get him with the dice if you roll a 1, but that almost never happens. Even if I don't have the dice power, I always pick roll the dice. So, how are we going to kill the knight? There's basically 2 options unless we get a godlike amount of items and can just burst him down. Option 1 is to use something like quartz, so we have such high health that we can survive the being frozen by the knight. Option 2 is to use a defender like Bubble, and then not take any attack speed items to avoid being frozen. Bubble is a bit unreliable on Surging Wave 15 though, she'll need some items to avoid one shot. I suppose the same is true for Quartz, but she needs less items to not get one shot. And if we go with the Quartz strategy, we can also use attack speed items, since we don't care about being frozen then. Also, I hate taking defenders on IS-3. All of them are useless, I swear. In IS-3 you get punished for using ground operators way too much. So defenders not having any DPS just don't do anything. Except unless you get a stage like out of control. But on Surging 15 if you get out of control you're probably dead anyway. So that's not too much of a concern. Oops, we're about to explode. Nice retreat. The knight makes the early stages so easy. I'd also rather not take the defense debuff, if possible. If I have a good 2 to kill the knight, I can just skip it. I will take it if I don't have any way to kill the knight quickly, like Umbria or Mines. Annoyingly expensive book. Might as well get this. Which one do I want? I guess we'll go with Marto, because Jai ate so much DP. We got nothing out of the reroll, but we can upgrade Putenku. Not a good shop. I swear the power that cannot give you discount is a throw node that shouldn't be taken when you're upgrading. It just makes cannot give you higher prices than you would normally have. It's so throw. Absolutely all of the stages on the second floor are free.
I'm here to help.
Especially when we have a bunch of operators so we can spawn camp stuff. I think I'll need to use Jaya to actually kill that chest in time. No, but arcading. Should get blocked before he kills anything, yeah. Okay, we wanna leave these two alive, so Mei has enough time to kill the chest. They have 0 chance of killing the knight, so that's perfectly safe. Probably overreacted and didn't need to retreat Pudenko. No harm done though. Anything to get those 2 ingots. Would really appreciate a second sniper. I got a medic instead. That's fine, but I don't need a medic until floor 3. Pure Stream is kind of a risky pick, because she's not good at T1. She's really good at T2. She's basically the best medic option in T2, but she's a bit maybe for it.
I'm here to help.
Block the extra spider. Don't need this body anymore.
Almost dozed off.
Oh, I made it through. I guess I would have been better off having Jaya in the middle. Every time I play this stage I forget to switch Jaya to S1. With S1 he can kill these things without getting the smaller spawn out. And that makes everything easier. There was 0 reason to leak anything here. I shouldn't have spent the reserve guard on the spider and I should have had Jaya on S1. Just being lazy. I don't really care about supporters We might as well take deep cover. So we have a bunch of bodies.
本当に私を前線に出すの？
But she really doesn't scale well on Surging 15. The tentacles die too easily to everything.
敵を確認しました。皆さん、行き
Not
ましょ
that it matters on the
う。そこの質問させて。Good scenery here, Doc. 言う通りにしま
first
す。
floor. Well, second.
水洗い。
Ooh, gather around me, guys.
はい。
はいはい。痛くないのだ。ちょっとビリビリするだけなのだ。何せこの子たちに勝てる？ Ooh, almost dozed off.
Going into the third floor, this squad is kind of wimpy. We don't have any good items. And we don't have any singular strong operator yet.
見てきましたから。
E2ing Jaya or Mei is pretty important. So hopefully I get a recruit that lets me do that from this fight.
Ooh, almost dozed off.
水洗い。どうしやすか？
はい。私のアッサンだ。Don't worry, you got me.
I can probably kill the bear.
はいはい。フリーズなのだ。
Oh, that reminds me. I forgot earlier, but Mei should always be on the right side. Because the bear always spawn, or the duck always spawn on the right.
綿落とし。
I'm here to help. はい。私が何とかします。何すればいいの？どうしてこのテーザー銃の威力
Yay for the free
見せ
item.
てやるのだ。
Even without the leaks, this is a sort of mess start, but let's see if we get some really good item that
戦
fixes
闘
this up.
終了。戦場の後処理まで気を抜いちゃダメだよ。
3000 damage on leak. That's okay. Medic is bad. I have a lot of healing, but I don't have any good DPS. An extra key is fine, but doesn't directly do anything for me. I need to convert it to value somewhere else. Stun when an operator dies. I'll get the dodge book and get that to work. And we got the attack speed item. We're going to have to rely on the attack speed, otherwise we can't do much. Okay, what path should we take? This path is kind of nasty. I'd rather get more fights. Spend the total of 3 keys. I have no guarantee of ever getting a third key. Clear a battle without a Vanguard or Specialist. I just can't. This stage might just outright kill me. If it does kill me, I'll make another run. Because the video will be too short otherwise. The night helps a bit, but I'm not sure if it will be enough.
現場操作なのだ。Ooh, we're counting on you again today, little apple. わかりました。
Because I just don't have any
ちょっとこ
DPS
のテーザー
at
銃の威
all.
力見せてやるのだ。お水のお届けだよ。
I kind of regret taking Myrtle over Vigna, but even with Vigna, I think I'd be pretty doomed here.
やってみましょう。
何するこの子たちに勝てる？
鱗取り。
はい、皆さんの援護は任せてください。はいはい、このテーザー銃の威力見せてやるのだ。
Oh yeah, we had this thing. I forgot. Sadly, I don't have the lives to make much use of it.
どこに行けばいい？私が何とかします。何すれば私のアッサンたちが相手になるよ。はい入ったこないのだ。ちょっとビリビリするだけなのだ。はい。アレルギーに気をつけてね。どう？
There goes the knight,
冷たいお水をかぶって目が
and the run along with it. That's not unusual. This is the most dangerous stage in the third floor. Unless I have some good DPS options, I'm likely to die with it. And this team was just bad, overall. I still like this start. I think it's viable, since I have 2 DPS operators from it. But I just didn't get anything useful afterwards. Let's do one more attempt, since that was a bit too short for my tastes. My bet is that this run I'll get godlike amount of items, but I won't get the night fight. Let's see if I'm right. We'll kind of skip past the first 2 floor fights, because they're boring. Okay, and that was the last fight on the first floor. We got the knight plus 3 fights, which is pretty good. We have a bunch of operators. Bubble is useful on some stages, and is an option for tanking knight. As usual, we just have markups instead of discounts. Never trust cannot. That's the health increase. Honestly, the health increase is kind of worth it. We'll get click for the stun, the health increase, and reroll for a different item. E to a vanguard that we don't have. Kind of unlucky with the items. I don't feel like spending 3 ingots on another body. Okay, so we can take Mawadi and then either take this path with the item or skip through the safe house in here. Safe house can let us E to an operator and then we get a bonus encounter. Well, this path gives us 2 guaranteed items. I think I'll use the key and the 2 guaranteed items. I should get more value out of that than I do out of the safe house, since I don't lose any fights, I only lose the encounter. As always, I forget to switch Jaya to S1 for this fight. I'm very consistent at this. Because this device does so little damage, even not having a medic isn't a big deal on this map. If it's going to be this emergency fight, I should remember to switch Jaya to S1 though. The emergency is slightly more annoying. No hope. It isn't, it's a free win fight. But thinking about it, this is also an emergency. So, does the encounter plus the safe house provide more value than Note? Yeah, I think it does. Let's go with that path. 3 lives is the best option here, because it lets me start getting the defense lives. when you have 8 lives or more, every time you win a fight, you gain 1 shield life. So if you can start stacking those up on the early stages, you can build up a massive body by the end. And this stage becomes a free win because of the knight solving everything.
三枚おろし
私の役目は刀を振る。そこも質問させてもらうのだ。いくらでも私の目を見て。いくらでも待つよ。盾を構えるぞ。
やってみましょう。はい。
Jaya was going to get frozen because of the spider
ちょっとビリビリするだけなのだ。
and die needlessly.
やっちゃおうか。
I'm pretty sure this stage normally has 27 enemies, so there should be no Duck or Bear extras.
鱗取り
The knight is a really
や
good
って
vanguard
みましょう。
because he stops so early pressure with the knockback. So you're free to deploy anything you want in any order. And now there should be 4 enemies.
はいよ。戦場は墓場よ。わかった。遅れたね。いくらでも待つよ。どうしたの？プリーズなのだ。
I feel like they would have died faster if I didn't block them with cutter. Even cutter is so pitiful.
ワンダフル。このままノーカットで作戦記録に使えるじゃん。
We got a medic. Good to have. Go with pure stream for her range. Okay, so now we have 10 lives, and when we exit, we have 10 lives plus 1. We're going to get another life from this fight, because this doesn't have any kind of cap.
問題なし。
It's the exact same fight that we just had. Except it's not an emergency, so we're just skipping forward. Oh, but it is 28, so we are going to have the Corbett at the end. About now? Perfect. The knight is so useful.
この容疑者たちを連行するのだ。
I'll almost be sad when I have to kill him.
わかったのだ。
Ooh, that's really
自分でやるの
good.
だ。
A great buff for sharpshooters. Unfortunately, we don't have the hope to get Tambrio as well, otherwise that would have been perfect. We got an item here, but I think I would have been better off with the bottom path. So far the safe house has given us 5 lives in total. Extra damage on Ambriel, stun 5 seconds when we leak, and SP regeneration for casters we don't use. Go with extra damage. You don't have to be a sharpshooter to benefit from this. If you have a sniper, a normal anti-air sniper, hitting on the edge of their range, they're going to get the benefit from this thing. Concentration disorder is fine. I have no reason to dispel this. We don't have a recycling station, which kind of sucks. And we don't have the item that weakens the knight. Honestly, I don't want it too much either. It's not that important. The emergency fight is after the shop, and I think by that point we should be able to do any emergency. We have a pretty good set of items. Health reduction, extra attack for melee. Vortex is annoying, so I kind of want to skip it. We did have an... we have Cruise, we'll be fine.
Where's the rally point?
Oh, it's the English one. Oops. I'm too lazy to go and change it.
Listen, everyone. Stay calm.
The knight might die here.
I'm listening.
やってみましょう。
Here I am. どうしたの？プリーズなのだ。
はい。
Because we need to retreat Jaya, since he's E1. And this thing will keep firing in the night for a while.
Here I am. Here I am.
Defense is getting kind of low.
Here I am.
水洗い。
No, I couldn't kill this. Thankfully, it walked into maze range.
Here I am.
And there goes the knight. Yeah, the vortex fight is really nasty. I won't lose any lives from it, but I can no longer do the night ending now. I'm not sure what kind of squad I can come with to the third floor, where I can safely do this fight and not lose the night.
終わりですかね。
Upgrading a caster. I guess we'll see if we can get Skadi's ending. We kind of can't anymore, because there's no encounters on this floor. But I'll play it out to the end. I am too lazy to reset. Even though since I'm going for the night ending, resetting here would be the normal outcome. We do have a decent chance of just dying to the boss as well. So that would be a reset and the end of the first day of practice. Hopefully this is the emergency after the shop, since it's by far the easiest fight.
I'm listening. Here I am.
Okay, that's good enough.
やってみましょう。綿落とし。
The two eggs in the back can be completely ignored, they don't ever move. Not until Bob is dead anyway. Even though I have a defender, tanking Bob isn't realistic. He does something like 2000 plus damage per hit, even on normal. And now it's just the egg cleanup. Now skip this in the editing.
水洗い。
I'm listening. Aim. Aim. 私の役目は刀を振ることだけ。Mission accomplished. I think we did all right.
E2 cutter is really important, so that's good. Emergency dispatch. We'll get rid of Bubble. since we don't have any use for her at T1. And now we'll go with the shop. Double price as usual. Never get that upgrade that Let's cannot make discounts. It's a straight downgrade. I might just reroll the shop immediately. Now we do Jaya first. And then reroll. I don't really want a second caster. Give me some other voucher. No luck with that. Everyone getting resistance. That's decent for the knight, but we're no longer fighting the knight, so whatever. And for a second caster, we'll get pulling, though I won't get much use out of her. Crime and punishment is a free win. You just deploy
I'm being assigned to combat?
all your stuff and win instantly. Because all of the enemies are trash. I don't even know what the emergency on this stage does. It doesn't matter. May's taking a bit too long, so we'll have Jaya kill that.
三枚おろしどうしやすか
私の役目は刀を振るうことだけ。I'm listening. There you are. うわ、本当にやってる。ピリッと一回で。
Couldn't heal in time.
やっちゃおっか。私の目を見て。
鱗取り
We're kind of out of useful range swords. Pure stream should have been down here, so I can fit in another caster on the top. Not that it will matter in practice.
このテーザー銃の威力見せてやるのだ。声を出すな。ドクターの言う発射。
綿落とし
We made that look a bit harder than it should be by not killing the flag in time.
私の目を見て。はいはい、このテーザー銃の威力振り返るな。どう？冷たいお水をかぶって目が覚めた
But still, one of the easiest emergencies. It's even easier if you still have the knight alive, and he can just push things into the hole.
大将これで
The lesson I can take from this run is to not bring the knight to the vortex fight. It's very unlikely that he'll survive it. We got a really lucky recruit there. And this fight should be an easy win.
みんなやりそうな面構えじゃん。
Since Nito Jaya should be able to out-heal almost everything.
Pillow, don't you go leaving my sight.
That was a really stupid way to do something. Mei was prioritizing this enemy because the flag was invisible. When I deployed Jaya to kill the flag, it became visible to Mei too.
射撃補助モジュール展開と。
Small brain activity. I should have just had something walking here before that.
私の役目は刀を振るう
Apparently
ことだけ。
Cutter has more defense than the Vanguard dude. That's kind of sad to know.
Sleep on the job. ドローン飛べこのテーザー銃の威力見せてやるのだ。あんたそれ隠れられてないよ。水場の清掃なら得意だよ。 Very well. ドクターの言う通りかい、こっち向いて。喧嘩、私の目を見て。このテーザー銃の威力見せてやるのだ。
So that guy does about 5,000 damage.
このい、あんたそれ。
So Cutter is about to get one shot in a second.
声を出すな。Very well. 冷たいお水をかぶって目が覚めた。
Any chance we can waste another bullet here?
Careful.
And Puddy can start working on these guys.
Here I am. 万物を潤すのがお水だよ。みんなどいて。ここね。Mission accomplished.
I should have probably not bothered to deploy Jaya on the boss and just use him to kill the blades coming from the right. That would have avoided any leaks. No, grab a Vanguard. Extra health for an extra item choice. Now go with the extra health. It's better than it sounds. Although it's far from ideal. So do I want to get rid of this item and get something good in return? Or do I want to go on the top path and get the shop? The shop doesn't have any emergency fights on its road. So we're going to go through the bottom. But on the bottom we have hunting grounds and I kind of don't want to do this stage.
There's a mission? I wanna go!
Which kind of makes me want to do the encounter. And the 2 Umbrio here. Yeah. Screw it. We don't have the knight anyway. Let's do the nasty fight. I think this is the hardest stage in the 4th floor.
Pillow?
And
Don't you go leaving my sight.
it's generally a good idea to avoid it. You start with very little DP, get rushed fast. And you have this thing screwing you over on the center.
I have to get serious now.
やってみましょう。
Here I am. 戦場は墓場よ。Here I. We're counting on you again today. はい当たりだ。お水のお届けだよ。
Jaya is being really helpful here, being able to kill the splitter.
繰り返るな。やっちゃおっか。Very well. うわ、ぐるっと一回転。I have to get serious now. 出遅れたな。そこの質問させても。
綿落とし。
私の目を見て。どうしたのだ？痛くないのだ。ぐるっと一回転。繰り返るな。
Okay, that was about as well as it could have gone.
見えたよ。トゲトゲだ。Very well.
Walk the second
やっ
one.
てみましょう。
どう？冷たいお水をかぶって目が覚めた？外は危ないからね。へい。遅れたな。Careful! どうして痛くないのだ。ちょっとビリビリするだけなのだ。喧嘩？ぐるっと一回転。繰り返るな。
I think that's about as well as that could have gone.
やってみましょう。
見えたよ。
Just didn't have the DPS to deal with both lanes well. Because the throwers kept eating up. I kind of miss having Vigna. I tried taking Myrtle over her, but honestly I don't like it. Anitu Vigna is really helpful with dealing with the throwers, so I think I'll keep taking her in the future. To deployment limit or SP when we have 1 life point? We don't have 1 life point. So the only difference from the normal stage is that the bullies have more stats, right? So it's pretty much just the usual. Honestly, the only thing I find scary on this stage is the trash. Because the boxers can't insta-kill anything you place on these tiles.
I'm listening. Here I am. Please,
やってみましょう。
Get around me, guys. There you are. Careful. There you are.
Nice. That was basically a one shot.
Electric diffusion. There you are. 私の目を見て。はい、こっち向いて。射撃補助モジュール展開。このテーザー銃の威力見せてやるのだ。へい、この外は危ないからね。There you are.
Just so I can show what happens when you place something here while there's a boxer.
There you are.
I think there's enough bullies left with just the bullies who kill me. Oh, guess not.
Here I am. 家まで送ろうか?
We just barely survived this one. Yeah, I'm not sure what I need to approach this stage successfully. It might need a bit more testing.
I'm here to help.
The rat itself is pretty harmless. A medic and any walker takes care of it. Once the shield is down anyway. But I just didn't have the DPS to deal with the bullies at all. I never noticed that the rat has a really long death animation. It would be funny if taking this item could kill you. If you had too few lives. Blaze of Gore is a free win, so we'll go with this one. Since we're not getting anything out of this run, and it's just for practice anyway. might as well take the harder fights. One mistake is they kept GIS 2. This is one of the stages where GIS 1 is better,
Let's go.
because we can use him to kill these things. This chest is kind of nasty.
戦場は墓場よ。Gather around me, guys.
No, takes too long to charge.
盾を構えるぞ。私の目を見て。いくらでも待つよ。僕に任せて。そこも質問させてもらうのだ。水場の清掃なら得意だよ。
We can use click to kill these things.
オートテレブレーション中よ。どうしたのだ。痛くないのだ。
Or main.
ビリビリするだけなのだ。ここね。
はい
はいよ。はい、こっち向いて。
Should have deployed click sooner, since click can actually kill them.
Here I am. 戦場は墓場よ。
どうしやすか。
いくらでも待つよ。このあんたそれ隠れられてないよ。喧嘩？それ不法投棄だよ。
やってみましょう。どうしやすか。
そこも質問させてもらう。Alright? みんなどいて。喧嘩？それ不法投棄だよ。Here I am. Let's take it slow. Yep. 悪い人に立ち向かうぞ。
Sometimes they get stuck on the corner, like that,
僕に任せて。
but it's unreliable.
Yep. Electric diffusion.
Guess I'm dead.